What's going on, y'all? We back. Out here in the garage, just got done doing the brakes, replacing the brakes on the rear of the car. Those are the new ones look like. I even replaced the wheel cylinder too. My other one's junk. Here's the old stuff right here. Y'all can see. I'll stick this too. Got a light about to die, but y'all can see it's the old wheel cylinder. It's pretty bad. I mean, old springs and brake shoes and like all this is the original. So, my light just died. So I just figured this would be a good time to replace everything. Spin the drum. I like the color of it. You'll be able to see through the wheels. I painted the diff color the same color. It's the old drum. I'll take that to the other side to show you how. I haven't tore down this side yet, but I'm getting ready to. Oh man, my light. Yeah, I can see everything's old and rusty, and these springs are spread. These wheel cylinders don't have bolts on the back. They got like these little clips that you gotta. They got like these little clips that you have to separate from the backing plate back here to be able to pop the wheel cylinder out. It took me forever to get that out until I seen somebody's page where they use this. Basically, this fits. These two prongs fit in between the clip and it spreads it out so you can pop it out. I'll show you. So that's the clip right there. So those two prongs fit in those two in that slot right there. And there's another one right there. And it pries the clip out and then you can pull the wheel cylinder out. Yeah. I don't want y'all to make the same mistake I did because it took me forever to get that out. But other than that, I'm gonna try to get this side tore down. When I remove out everything, I'm gonna sand the backing plate down and spray that. I did the same to this side. I mean, you're really not gonna see it. Like I said, this is something that's my preference, something that I want. So we'll see how that goes. But when I get this other side tore down, I'll get back with y'all and let y'all see what it looks like when it's tore down. Alright y'all, we back. So I got this side tore apart. I took a wire wheel and cleaned up the backing plate. And then cleaned it off with some brake cleaner. That's the old brake pads, shoes and springs and all this stuff. Man, this stuff is really old. I had a broken stud, so I had to remove it. Here's the new one right here. So I'm gonna install the new stud. I'm gonna put some grease. I'm gonna put some grease around here and in here to try to help it seat better. So that basically just goes in like that. And then I'll get a spacer and put a nut on there and tighten it down to try to pull it flush. So I'm gonna get my stuff set up and I'll be right back. Alright, yeah, we back. As y'all can see, I already got the new stud installed. I went ahead and painted the backing plate. I'll go ahead and wait that. And I painted the e-brake bracket too. I mean, like I said, y'all not gonna see all this, but since I'm in here and I got it tore apart, might as well spray paint it anyway. I cleaned up these brackets right here. This little start bracket goes right here and connects the pads. Right there. Connects the pads and all that. And that one goes to the pads. This one's so wide because it goes around the brake pad and the e-brake bracket. I just cleaned it up with a wire wheel attached to the drill. I got this right here off Amazon, and this is a kit to do the rear drums with. It comes with the drum pliers, and then these are the tools that adjust the brakes. These are the tools to put the new springs on. And then this is the one that holds these little circle clips on. I'll have to show y'all in another video. And then this right here is what I'm going to use to take off the clips on the back of the wheel cylinder. And Still Standing Garage is the one who had this part on his page. He had the part number on there and everything, so that's where I found it from. He actually has a whole video on there how to replace the drum brake spring part by part on his page. So that's where I found out where to get my stuff from. So y'all might want to check his page out if y'all have any questions or anything. So I'm gonna let this paint dry up under here, and then I'm gonna take this brake line off. I'm gonna take that brake line off the back of the wheel cylinder and try to get the wheel cylinder out and get the new one put in. And I'll get back to y'all once I get the new one put in. I got the wheel cylinder out. As y'all can see, this is the old one. Here's the clip I was talking to you about. So I bought this tool, and to be completely honest, I didn't even use it. I ended up using 2 small screwdrivers to pry in between here on both sides at the same time, and then the wheel cylinder ended up popping out. So there it is. It's pretty old. And I just took a wire wheel and knocked down all the old rust and stuff where the new one will sit. And of course you have to put this on the brake line. You have to put this on the brake line before you attach it to the wheel cylinder, because if you don't, you'll never get this clip on, and this is what holds the wheel cylinder in place. I tell y'all, the other side, whoop my butt, y'all. I ain't gonna even lie. It's been so long since I've done drum brakes. It was by trial and error, but we ended up getting it done. That's why most of these springs, the paint's missing, because I was struggling, y'all. Struggling. Oh, and by the way, if y'all are doing brake pads, the shoes are 2 different sizes. The longer shoe goes towards the back of the car. The shorter shoe goes towards the front. Like I said, I was watching the video on Still Standing Garage, and he does piece by piece, spring by spring. He even shows you how to remove the wheel cylinder. That's what I've watched multiple times to figure out how to do this, because it's been so long. And I did leave the other side put together, that way I can use it as a reference, but with watching his video, I really didn't need to use the other side as a reference. But I'm gonna go ahead and get the other wheel cylinder in. I'm gonna get the new wheel cylinder in and the clip on, and then I'll show y'all. I might come back and show y'all what it looks like after I get it on, or I might just start assembling the brakes. I'm not for sure, but we're putting in work, y'all. We out here working today, so I'll get back at y'all when I get a little further. Alright, y'all, we back. So I just went ahead and put everything together. We got the new wheel cylinder in, got the new brake shoes and all that put on. This side wasn't that bad as the last side, maybe because I had the right tools to do it. But the way I ended up putting the stud on is I actually took one of the what is that? The old shock bolt right here. I ended up putting this on right here as a spacer, and then I just ran a lug nut on here and tightened it down, and then I pulled it down to the back. So that's how I ended up installing that. What I'm getting ready to do right now is I'm going to end up spraying the new brake drum with brake cleaner and installing them, and then we're going to bleed the brakes. So try to go ahead and spray this. See if I can kind of see what I'm doing. It's kind of hard to do with one hand, y'all. Hold on for a second. This side on. I'm gonna get the other brake drum and get it set up in there. Come and get y'all. spray this one down, and then we'll take it to the other side. Install that one. Alright, we got this one installed. So basically, to bleed the brakes is, there's a bleeder screw back here, right here. You gotta have somebody inside pump the brakes with this closed, and then have them hold it and open it, and brake fluid should shoot out. When a lot of brake fluid shoots out, that means that that wheel cylinder has brake fluid in it. But on drum brakes, you never hit the brakes with the drum off, because it'll blow the seals out of those brand new wheel cylinders. So, just a little tip if y'all didn't know that. I'm gonna go ahead and get this master cylinder filled up with some fluid. Hopefully I got enough. That should work. I overfilled it, or I don't got it on the right way. I might not have it on the right way. Let's see. I don't think I got it on the right way. What's up, y'all? Good morning. So I'm back in the garage with an update. I forgot to update y'all yesterday after I topped off the master cylinder. So I ended up topping the master cylinder off, putting the wheels and tires back on it, test driving it, and I have a brake light on the dash. So I just checked the master cylinder to make sure that I was topped off, and it was. So I might run through again and bleed the brakes again, just to make sure all the air's out of the system. But for now, it's good. But yeah. So that was basically it. Rode good. I test drove it yesterday. Rode good. Brake pedals kind of firm. I wanted to be a little more firmer, but that'll work for right now. I gotta replace this blower motor resistor because my blower motor only works on one speed. I got a new connector for it too, so I might end up replacing the blower motor resistor and the connector, but that'll be another video. But I just wanted, like I said, I just wanted to hop back on here and give you an update because I forgot to do it last night. So y'all remember, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll get back to y'all with more content.